What is going to happen to the finals? With a new season coming today, there's a lot to be excited about. We got new weapons, we got new game modes, we got new maps for power shift. A lot of stuff to be excited about, but what is the future of this game? That's what I want to talk about today. That's what I'm curious about right now. We're going to talk about that, whether we're going to see a renaissance, which I think we are coming up in terms of player count, player numbers, interest in the game, all that and a lot more coming up right now. Here we go. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we've done a finals video, but that's okay because we have season 6 here. We actually have stuff to talk about. Now, really what I want to discuss in the video today is, I've been thinking recently, why isn't this game more popular? And there was a great video I saw recently by Jack Sather. I think I'm saying that right. I'll link it in the description below. And it's kind of what inspired me to talk about this topic here today. And it's exactly, and the title of his video was, how is this game dying? And that's kind of the question in a way that I want to ask as well. And more so, are we going to see a second wave of interest in the finals, which I think it very much deserves. Okay, so let's talk about the new things for Season 6, first of all. Got a new gun for each class, and we got some fantastic new customization options for your player, your character. You can now save up to 24 custom outfits that you can swap with anytime. Very convenient, very nice. New permanent game mode, Team Deathmatch, available on a lot of the maps. And of course, we always, as gamers, like to discuss the state of gaming and in general, how bad it's become in the past couple years. But still, every time I get on the finals, it feels like the only game that's really making use of next-generation engine technology. Feels smooth, feels good. It's super unique in that it uses a lot of new things that other games just don't use. Obviously, the destruction is second to none. And it's not another one of these, not to say that these types of games are bad, like Fragpunk, which is a Valorant reskin, essentially, or games like that. Not to say that those kind of games are bad, but it's just not really, at least what I'm looking for at this point. What's more, if you take a look on Steam, now, over the months, I guess, the finals has been out for, what, a year and 4 months, I think, came out December 23. And so, when it first released, a lot of balance issues, a lot of gameplay glitches, a lot of things wrong with the game. Just go to the Steam page, or if you're on console, go to Embark's website or wherever you can find a list of the patch notes. It's like, I'm not sure how many pages long, but it would take you about 10-15 minutes to read the number of balance changes for this season alone. So that's one thing that I want to commend Embark for, and really, think that's it's important to take note of, is that they're always trying to improve the game in some capacity. Now, the finals is one of those few games that I've actually known about since day one and have been interested in since day one. I played both of the closed betas, got all the cool rewards they had for those closed betas, and the only thing I missed was apparently there was an alpha, and I didn't play in that, but I played in everything else since then. And I'll tell you what, it's actually been fun to follow this game. I do want to talk about this as well a little bit. You can't take this game in particular all that seriously. Yes, there's competitive modes in the game, ranked obviously, but just, I don't know, the more seriously you take a game like this, where there's so many unknowns that can happen. I mean, when the entire map is destructible, it's kind of a crapshoot as to who's going to win, regardless of how good your communication is or how well things are set up around the map for you. And so you just kind of have to take it a little bit less seriously, I guess, with a grain of salt. Now, some things, if you're playing by yourself, are absolutely totally out of your control. When you're playing ranked and your teammates are both light characters with a sniper rifle and the grapple hook, it's like, okay, what are we doing? But outside of that, if you have relatively competent teammates, you can get the job done, at least in the lower ranks. But taking it too seriously is what drove me away from this game for months and months and months. And now I just kind of want to maybe jump back into it a little bit and talk about it as well. And so kind of getting back to what we talked about at the beginning, I truly am curious as to why this game doesn't pull bigger numbers, at least on Steam, because that's the most transparent way we can actually see the number of people playing a game at any given time. Now, obviously, Marvel Rivals has a lot to do with that. That's one of the few games in recent memory that's released as polished as it has, which is impressive, and the amount of content they've pushed out for that as well, right off the first couple months, has been very impressive. It runs well, a lot of characters, there's a lot going on. It's a type of game, it's the Overwatch style of game that people really seem to enjoy. You can play with your buddies, well, to a point. You can't, right, you can't, 5-stack in ranked, but you can 6-stack, something like that. I haven't played in a while, but I think that's the rule. And I don't know, I really do think that people forget about the finals for whatever reason. It's not an easy game to get into as a beginner, that's for sure. And Embark certainly needs to take some measures to improve the new player experience. Like, just completely, they need their own lobbies. They can't be with anybody who's got more than, 10,000 kills, 5,000 kills. I mean, this is a steep learning curve game for sure. But once you get the hang of it, and once you get playing with a couple friends or, consistent people that you can, kind of build some chemistry with, how the game works and everything, it is genuinely one of the most fun games because of the moments it creates with all the clutter and just all the crazy stuff that happens at any given time throughout the game. It truly is unique. It's hectic. It doesn't always seem fair. It isn't always fair, that's for sure. But, I don't know, it's just fun. It's just fun, man. Also, I really hope that, just to keep it fresh, the devs do some unique and interesting stuff throughout the season. They've had in-game events before, and they've been good, some of them, but it's kind of the classic case of, this is kind of the same with Apex as of late. A new season comes out, maybe some new characters are launched in something like Apex. In the finals, you get some new guns, you get a Las Vegas map rework, and it's hype for a couple weeks maybe, but again, remember, these seasons last 80-plus days, and by the time we near the end of the season, we're back to low player count numbers, if not lower than they were last cycle. So I think a challenge, certainly with any live service game, is keeping that interest up throughout the season. The new skins and the new store and the kind of the rework of the UI within the finals helps for sure, but I think there's got to be a little more effort as far as truly different things throughout the season. I'd love to give examples of what those could be, but one thing I know that would definitely help would be just taking the sniper rifle out of Power Shift. I think that is such a fun game mode. Truly, that is a lot of the time, if I'm playing a couple games here and there, Power Shift is the mode that I enjoy the most, unless there's that one freaking sniper on the other team who isn't even playing the game. The objective is to move the platform. This guy's sitting up on a building, shooting a spunk down at everybody else after trying to move the platform. What are you doing? It's no good. I think, get the sniper rifle out of Power Shift. I don't know. I mean, I think it's an idea. Just because it takes away actually quite a bit. I played a game today where I was sniping the other team on Power Shift. I'm like, it's fun, I guess. It's completely contradictory to the game mode. And so little changes like that. And for rank play, there's some, integral things you could do but when you have a game, again, with this much destruction and stuff, there's always just that randomness that comes into play, which is, why we love the finals, but then why it feels so unfair sometimes. Anyways, I didn't want to make too long of a video. It's been a while since I made a video, and I just wanted to make something, create something, put it out there. I don't know. And I really would appreciate if you guys in the comments would please just give me your opinion on what you think the future of this game is. Are we going to head towards a renaissance of the game? Are we going to see player numbers slowly climb back up? Maybe like a game like Rainbow Siege. Finals isn't anywhere near as old as Rainbow Siege, but I'm hoping to see one of those trends where over the years, we're only in Season 6, remember, Apex is on Season 20+, we see more people kind of gradually come back into the game. I think that's what's going to happen just because of how unique this game is. If we can get a couple people talking about this, I've seen a lot of good videos recently from small creators that are talking about the finals and showing the things that they like about it. And I think the more people we get playing this game again, just the better it's going to be for everyone. I really do. I think the more robust a community you have, which the finals has a very robust community, but as far as player numbers specifically, I think the more you get in a game like this and the less you get in a game like something like Call of Duty, nothing necessarily against Call of Duty, but I've seen a lot of gripes. I haven't played that game in years. I know there's a big thing coming with the Verdansk map, but again, you're just going back to what worked, I don't know, 3 years ago at this point, 3 or 4 years, I really don't know. And what the finals does do is offer a freshness that other games simply can't compete with. So, I don't know, just wanted to talk a little bit about the game that I like. That's about it. If you liked this, please just subscribe. That's all I ask. It really helps the channel. Trying to reach 1,000 subscribers someday. I don't know if that's going to happen. It doesn't matter if it does. I hope it does. But anyways, thank you for watching till the end if you did, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.